Hello everybody, this is Marion with MyCraftBasketStudio, and today I am going to show you how to make the junk journal tag book with pocket. Now, the reason I'm showing you this is I did make one to sell on my Etsy site, and I like to do videos and I like to do little shorts, and the little short actually has been getting quite a few views. So if you want to go to YouTube, back to my shorts under my channel, you'll see it there. It's gotten 370 some hits on it. And it's also promoted a couple people to subscribe to my channel. So I thought maybe I will show people how to do this. And so when I made that, I actually did take copies of how it looked, because this is mainly for my own memory of how I made it. I'm glad I did, because now when I go to do this video, I have the measurements that I used for that. And this is bad copy because I was running out of ink, but it's only just for my memory. That's all it was for. So I've got those for my own self. And then what I did was, because this is a tutorial, what I would like for you to do is go to MyCraftBasket.com, click on the MyCraftBasketStudio tab, and you will see this tutorial there, number 5, and there'll be 2 PDFs. This one, the first one is going to be for the instruction for the measurements more than anything. The second one will be when I show you what I made, I'm going to take pictures of that, what we're going to make in this video. I'm going to take pictures or scan it in, and then that will be a second PDF that you can download so you have a visual of what we did today. So this is intended to not be complete instruction. I did my best, but it is meant to print off and then follow along with this video and make your own notes on this paper that you print out so that you can then in turn make your own. So I did put measurements here, kind of showing you how it looks, and I'm going to show you that right now. So this is the actual little brown scan that you saw. This is the actual sample, and so what it is for measurements, it's very easy. It is 6 3/4 inches tall by 7.5 wide. Simple. You're going to score it at 2.5 and at 5. Just that easy. If you want to do a thumb notch, put that there. When you fold this over, it makes the pocket, and then you have the book. Just that simple. Now, I actually got this idea from another video that I saw where she did this. She did an accordion style tag. And I go like, well, let's see, she probably would have went that way so that the front opens up right. And I thought, well, that's cute, but I like pockets, so I flipped that over and made a pocket. So this is how I designed what you're going to see for the PDF, just so you know. Then I also put in there the tag measurements. So these are the little tags that I made. This one could be, I'll show you how I'm going to do it in the sample I'm doing today. And then this is just a real simple little, it's a 2 1/8 by 2 1/8 square. And all I did was measure 1/2 inch on each side and then tear to those 2 points because I want it torn. You can certainly cut it with scissors, but that is how I did that. This is going to be the pocket that will go right here, just so you know why I did it like that. You certainly could put a pocket here as well if you wanted to. You certainly can. Then that way it would have 3 pockets. And also, if you decide not to do it as a tag, you could leave it like this. You don't have to make it a tag look. You could leave it like that, put your thumb notch here, and have your tag go down that way. So that's another way of doing it. All sorts of different ways. And also, my size that I chose is not written in stone. You can make it bigger, you can make it smaller. Please don't think that you have to do it exactly like the way I have. In fact, the video I saw, I don't know what measurements she used. I just like the size of that. And I decided to do my own thing by making a pocket. So now what I've got here is some paper that a friend gave me. It's by Kane Company, and it's beautiful paper with lots of florals on it. It's just beautiful paper. It is double-sided. Now, you don't have to use double-sided paper, because what you can do is you can decorate the inside. So you do not have to use double-sided paper. Okay, so now this is what I have already done, and I'm going to go over this real briefly. On my tutorials, I'm keeping it simple. I want to get you the concept, the idea, and then you run with it. So, limited cutting, no scoring. I will do a little bit of pasting on this one, but very limited. And I'm not be digging through my boxes of stuff trying to figure out what to decorate with, because I am not decorating this. I'm only showing you how to do it, and then you fly with it. So this is the paper from Kane Company. So what I did was I picked what part I wanted. When you're doing this and you put it down on your paper, I am kind of a stickler about how people score and show scoring in videos. Your scoring should be on the side that it's going to be bent. So in other words, I want to score here. It's going to be bent that way. You're stretching the paper right here. I've seen a lot of videos where they score it and then they fold it that way. It is not the right way. It's not how it should be. You should score here and it goes that way. So, keeping that in mind, if we're going to make this a pocket, then when you're figuring out how your paper is going to look when you pick it out, have your design for your pocket. So if I have this flipped over, this is going to be the pocket. So if that's where the pocket is, it's this side of the paper. So keep that in mind when you're looking for your paper. I wanted that butterfly on that pocket. I actually wanted him here too, but it didn't show up that way on the design. So I have to go with it here. So I already cut it. I already scored it, 2.5 and 5. Now, if I'm going to make this a tag, which I am, I do have a punch. And I'm going to show you the way I punched the one that I made. So I'm just going to punch the top here. I'm going to punch this side because I want to show you. So we got those two done. Now the inside, this is going to be punched. Whee! And then to get this one notched, I'm just going to fold that one and punch here. So I'm going to punch that right there. All right, so there we go. We got that punched. And so now we have the design that looks like a tag now. I'm not going to bother with the holes for right now. So that's how the tag looks. You open it up. You got your pocket. I am going to go ahead and just glue this down so you can see. I already got tape placed here to make it quicker. So I'll pull that tape off. Fold it over. Boom, we got our tag pocket just like that. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to get my little hole punch, because I do want to show you how I do holes on tags where I go like, I don't know where to put the hole. This is already for you that don't have this punch, okay? You must have probably a tag, store-bought tag. Somebody sent you a tag. It's got an angle on it, right? And it's got the hole. What you can do is use that for your design. See, you can use that. Just draw your lines and cut it with the scissors. That's simple. I'm going to use this for the hole placement. So I'm going to go like that, draw it with my pencil. And then I'm going to use the big hole. And I'm going to line it up. Boom, just like that. We got our circles. And then I have a die cut. Again, I have this. It's a die cut to use with my Big Shot. Now, if you don't have a die cut, Dollar Tree, they got the reinforcements sticker reinforcements. You can use those. But in this instance, I went ahead and cut out the reinforcements. And so I'm going to just glue one on here so you can see it. I already got my glue ready. This is how I glue down the reinforcements. I just put a little glue right here. I said on this video, it's limited gluing. I'm not going to be doing all the gluing of everything. I'm just going to show you. So we're just going to, it makes it easier just doing it on here rather than trying to do it on the reinforcement. Okay, so then we're going to line that up just like that. I chose white. A lot of times when I do something where it's a two-sided paper, I cut the reinforcement out of this side and then I put it on here. But I decided to go with white for this one. So that's how it looks there with the hole. We've got our pocket, and then I've got string here, so I wanted to show you how this would look with the string through it. So I'm going to put it through there, just like that. And let me get it here. You know, I'm not as young as I used to be, so I've got to hold things so I can see them. How many of you are like that, huh? And so we're going to get that tag and string in there. And there we go. We got that little tag with a string on it. Now, the same thing would happen here. I won't put the grommets down, but you would put them in there. Boom, you got your tag book. Now, I also have a punch. This is a Stampin' Up punch. I don't think it's available anymore, but it's really kind of very limited. It's only designed for a 2-inch tag. In this instance, hey, guess what? That was actually the size of the tag that I was going to use. So yippee. So I'm just going to go ahead and punch it. Boom, just like that. I got a little tag. And again, I got my grommets here. I'm going to just throw a grommet on there real quick. And then the next thing I'm going to work on is the pocket. So let me show you what I did for the little tiny pocket that's on the inside of the flap. So there's your tag. I'll let that dry a little bit before I put the string on. And so here is the piece of paper. I already measured it. It's a 1/2 inch in on each side, just so you know. So it's a 1/2 inch in. Now, I'm going to tear this because I like the tear look for this particular one. It just gives it a little something different. So real simple. I'm just going to place the ruler on that line that I already drew. You may not be able to see it, but I can see it. I'm just going to tear it. And yeah, it didn't tear good, but we're going to fix it up here. Just clean it up a little bit. And there we go. We got a torn edge. That looks cute. So there is going to be the pocket, and I'm going to just throw some glue on it real quick. So we're going to put some glue right here. I'll show you where I'm going to put this. It's right there. Okay, so this is going to go right here on the inside right here for the pocket on the inside. Boom, right there we got our second little pocket. So there's the second little pocket. Here is the tag. I'll go ahead and put this little string on it real quick. And then the next thing I'm going to show you is the other tag that actually goes in the big pocket. What I did is I went ahead and punched some holes across the top because, again, I want that torn look. So we're going to stick that one in there. That's where that tag goes. I already punched it, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to take and tear it. So it looks like it's been torn out of a spiral, see? So I'm sorry you didn't see it on camera, but see how I tore off the little circles. So now that can slide in there. And I'm just going to go ahead and glue one more grommet down because, not grommet, but reinforcement, because I want you to see the other string in there as well so that you can see how it looks. So we're going to put that on there. And then, whoop, a little off. Luckily that glue doesn't dry real quick. I just use Aleene's tacky glue. That's all I use for my glue. I refill a little bottle and put it in there so it makes it easy to use and refill. Don't have a big old bottle on the table. And we'll see if I can get this in there quickly. Right there. Okay, so now we've got the other one there. So we've got the strings, we got that one. We got our tag in there. Fold it up. And that tag is just a hair too wide. Just a hair too wide. So we're going to trim it just real quick here. It's just a little too wide. I was going to say in my instructions, if when you go to fold this and it binds, make sure you trim a little bit off of that edge before you glue it down. Now this won't bind because I trimmed a little bit off. So now we close it. Now it doesn't bind. Now I'm not going to decorate this. I'm just showing you how to do it, how to assemble it. That will be your fun to go ahead and decorate it. Now, the other thing that I wanted to talk about, oh, I forgot the little notepad. So what I did was, this is 8 little pieces of paper. I've already stapled them together. This is just a 2.5 by 2.5 piece of paper that matches, of course. And what I did was I scored it in the middle. Okay, so it's scored in the middle. I put glue or tape there already. And again, I'm going with the tore look, so I tore the front, the one that's going to be the front. So the way I put this on is I just put glue here. This makes it so I can adjust it before I actually pull the tape off. So I put that on there. We're going to put this right here, and I can move it around and adjust it. Make sure it's right where I want it before I start pulling that tape off. And so be just one moment here. I'm going to do that off camera just so you don't see me fighting with it. Because, you know, sometimes we fight with it. So anyhow, so there is the front, just like that. And then I'm going to take this off and do the back side. Okay, so now that little topper is on, and I'm going to set it right here. So it can be right here. So I've already got tape on there, so I'm just take that off. And then we're going to set it right there. Just eyeball it and put it down. And so there is our little notepad right there on the inside. So, as I said, don't forget to go to MyCraftBasket.com and print off the instruction. So, as I said, you're going to find the measurements. You're going to find the measurements and kind of a little design of how to cut it out, how to score it, how everything is going to look. And then there'll be another PDF with pictures of this tag, just so you can say, okay, yeah, I remember her. That's what she made on the video. So that will be available for you to look at as well. You don't necessarily have to print that off, but it'll be available for you to look. Now, please subscribe to MyCraftBasketStudio, my YouTube channel. Please visit MyCraftBasketStudio.etsy.com for things I have available for sale. This is going to be tutorial number 5. I think that is all I wanted to tell you for today. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I hope you enjoyed watching the little video, and I hope you make some yourself. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.